just had a bite right there. He's on. All right. Oh, he feels like a decent one. Come here, bud. Yeah, he's got some spunk to him. He's twisting me all around. Come here, buddy. Oh, that looks like a nice one. Come here, bud. Oh yeah, that's a good one right there. Come here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Hook by Hurley. Today I'm excited to bring you a product that was sent to me. A company called Plusinno reached out to me on Instagram and wanted to send me this tackle box right here. 229 pieces, nice little lightweight double-sided tackle box. They asked me if I would try it for a couple of weeks, see how I liked it, and do a video on it. So what I want to do is quickly just kind of show you what comes in the box. There's a couple things missing because I already have it on my poles, but right here you can see it comes on this side with a nice selection of hooks. Right up here we got some like number 1 extra wide gap hooks, and I think number 2, so 1s and 2s. Then you got a bunch of different jig heads. There's a couple missing because I actually have one of them rigged up on here and another one on my pole. And then on the other side, and it's got a nice clasp right there, you know, to close it. I love that. It makes it nice and compact. On this side it'll be a little harder for me to flip over, but I'll show you guys maybe from another perspective. But basically you got pretty much everything you need right in there. We've got beads and some barrel swivels, so if you want to do like a Carolina rig and you want to put like a weight on there, like one of these that has a nice little sliding swivel on it, you've got all different sizes in there. It won't be hitting your line. You can have it stopped. Then you got some split shot. You got some peg weights like Nico rig weights, which you know I love using those. We got a bunch of, looks like number 1 drop shot hooks. Hold on. Some nice drop shot hooks there. And then we've got all different assortment of these cone weights, which are perfect for doing your Texas rig. We got drop shot weights, another huge selection, and then 2 little sections here of swivels, or I should say clips. We've got some like barrel snap clips, and then we have some just standard clips, so you can switch out your lures pretty quick. But man, you get a lot of stuff in this little package. Big nice clips on there. You can literally put this in your pocket, possibly if you have like a cargo pants, but for me it slips right in the side compartment of my kayak perfectly. So here's what I have on my Texas rig. Out of this side here where the weights are, you've got your cone weights that are perfect for a Texas rig, and they got all different sizes in here. I went with their 3.5 gram, which is, like I said, about a 1/4 ounce. I've got that one on the pole for the weight, and on this side where the hooks are, I've got one of their number 2 extra wide gap hooks on the pole. Alright guys, I threw on one of these little Zoom Finesse green pumpkin worms. It's about a 5-inch worm, a little slimmer worm. That's what the finesse worms are for. They're not as thick as your Cincos, but the bite has been really finicky, and green pumpkin's kind of a universal go-to color. I'm going to try this, but like usual I like to spice things up a little bit, so I dip the tail in some of this Spike It Dip and Glow. I know a lot of you guys have asked if it helps or not, but I think it does a little bit. It also changes the color because it gives it a little bit different color in the water here. So if you can tell, the tail here is a little different color. Got that number 2 hook on there, and then I've got their 3.5 ounce peg weight. Let's see if we can catch some fish. And like I said, I'm just focusing on the outside edges. You can kind of see where the weeds are still coming through here. They've died off a lot, but they're still there. They're kind of dying off like this at an angle. So it's almost like a drop off next to the weeds. That's what I'm focusing. Oh, just had a bite. That's what I'm focusing on. He just had a bite right there. He's on. All right. Oh, he feels like a decent one. Come here, bud. Yeah, he's got some spunk to him. He's twisting me all around. Come here, buddy. Oh, that looks like a nice one. Come here, bud. Oh yeah, that's a good one right there. Come here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there, guys. Boom. Right, nice little side hook here. Came right out. Wow. Yes, that's what we're talking about. That's a nice, good 2-pounder right there. That is a chunky boy. Look at that. That is a beautiful fish. Nice, big, fat, and healthy. Thank you, buddy. So their slogan at Plusinno, and that's how I assume how to pronounce it since it's Plus Innovation, is their main name is Plus Innovation, but they go by Plusinno. It's called Easy to Enjoy Fishing. So they try to make gear, tackle boxes, rods, accessories to make it easy to get out there and go fishing. It's definitely for someone who's new to fishing and they don't really know what to get, what to buy, what to use. They kind of put everything together in a nice, good package for you at a good, affordable price, so you can get out there and enjoy fishing. Now, for someone like me who's been fishing for a long time, you know, I go out and buy all this stuff that's in this tackle box all the time. I go buy that stuff individually all the time. I'm buying hooks, I'm buying weights, I'm buying swivel snaps, I'm buying split shot, different jig heads. So it's just great that everything comes all in one little package for a great price, like 20 bucks, right around 20 bucks. You know, I can put it in one of my cargo pants pockets if I'm out just kind of going around the pond. If I'm out in the boat here, I always want to go with this small a footprint as possible in the boat. So it's great that it's nice and small and subcompact, and I can just stick it right in my side pocket here. And I've got everything I need right there. I don't have to dig around and try to find my hooks one place, my weights one place, my swivel snaps, all that kind of stuff. It's all in a nice, easy package. And I love the fact that they put that foam on the hook side so they can just stick right in there and all the hooks aren't all jangled and together all in one big pile. All right, we got one on the Texas rig with that 3.5 gram and the number 2 hook, the extra wide gap hook. I've got some of these Gary Yamamoto worms. They're Cinco worms in a June bug color. These usually work really good too. And I'm gonna try a different method. So what I've done differently with this one is I actually bit off about an inch of this side because it gets really narrow. And inside their tackle box, they have another thing that I totally love to use, and that's these little peg weights, these little Nico peg weights. I just add a little bit of weight, and what I've done is taken that 3.5 gram weight off the hook, so we're just weightless on this hook, the number 2 extra wide gap. And I'm going to take this peg weight, and the reason why I took off about an inch there is so that I got a nice flat wide surface on the end, and I'm going to go right in the center, and I'm going to push this into the worm. Sometimes you just got to work it in, kind of twist and push, try to keep it right dead center. You don't want to come out the side, just keep pushing it down. I used this method earlier this summer, and I caught, on my second cast, I caught a 5-pound bass, my personal best. Now the rest of the day I didn't get a bite, but I haven't really used this method since then, so let's try it today now that the fishing is slow. So I've pushed it all the way in there. You can't even see it anymore, but now we got a little weight on the end. It's going to give it a different action than having the weight on top. And then we're just going to feed it on here like we would normally. Just go up, right dead center there. Just go right up that extra wide gap hook, pop it through, slide it around. We'll get it to the end, twist it around so it's sitting there. That's why it's offset. Lay this on there so we can see where the hook's going to come out, right about there. Going to go through, punch it dead center, right where my finger was, and now we're sitting there straight. Then I'm just going to take the tip of that hook and just pop it in there a little bit so we don't get hung up on the weeds. And there's our setup, and you can see that extra weight making that back end kind of wiggle like that. We're going to try this method, little different color. We're going to throw at them, and it's going to fall differently, it's going to act differently. So let's see if we can pick up a bass this way today. Got a nice little bump right there. Oh, he's still on. He wasn't even fighting. Come here, bud. Yeah, he bumped it hard and then there was nothing. But hey, we got one. On that other method there, see? There's so many things in this tackle box that work great for catching bass. There we go, little 1-pounder this time. Perfect little side hook. See, we went weightless with that little Nico weight. Let's pop that hook out. Come on. Yeah, he got hooked pretty good there. These are pretty good hooks. so we can get it out here without hurting them. There we go. These are nice, good, steady hooks, and firm, sturdy hooks is what I meant to say. There we go. Look at that. That's a good little 1 pounder right there. Nice little 1 pounder. Thank you, buddy. So that was right out of their tackle box too. See, we went weightless with that little Nico weight in the bottom and got another one. Perfect. And we didn't even lose our worm. All right, guys, we've gotten two different ways from the stuff in this tackle box. I'm going to switch up to another method. We'll see if it'll work here with these weeds. But what I'm going to do is inside the tackle box on this side, where we have all this great stuff, right here in the middle we've got some drop shot hooks. So I tied a drop shot hook on, and then I'm going to grab a weight in here. What I'm going to look for, they've got all different sizes. Let's find a nice small one in here, one of the smaller ones, because I want to drop slowly out here this time of year. So I'm going to go with this little one. It's a 3.5, so another 1/4 ounce weight. Let's go with this one. And so I got on the drop shot rig. So basically you want to use a polymer knot, which is what I also use the other setup. And we've got our drop shot hook there and then a tag line that goes down. I've got about 1.5 feet of tag line so I can adjust where I want to put this weight. They've got this nice little swivel on here, and what you do is slide it right through that on the line. Get it right through there. Figure out how deep you want to go. I'm going to go about 1 foot or so down, and then grab both ends, pull them together, and then just pull that line up into the top of that weight, and that'll hold it in place. And then you can adjust it however you want. You can also change the different weights on how fast you want that worm to drop. I'm going to try doing it slowly right now. If that doesn't work, we might upgrade to a little heavier weight, and then we can just pop it off and put another one on there. And then what I'm going to do is go with that worm we caught that first bass on, and now I'm going to set it up. You can set up on here a couple of different ways when you're doing a drop shot. You can either nose hook it down like this. Some people will go through and do it like that. You know, sometimes I'll actually just go down and nose hook it right to the tip there like that. But I want to try something a little different I like to use, and that's called a wacky rig. And that's where you put it right through about the middle of the worm like this, and it's hanging on there just like that. So it's going to wobble and flutter down, a little different presentation. So we're going to try the wacky rig with this watermelon green pumpkin worm and see if we can catch another bass. Oh, I think we just got a bite right there. Just got a bite right there. Yes! Let's keep them on. There we go. Might be a little guy, but it's still one. Oh, it was a trout. So, we got a fish on the drop shot. We were targeting bass, but we actually ended up with a nice trout. Look at that. On the drop shot. First time I've caught a trout on the drop shot, and he is lively. He wants to get back out there. Shot. All right, buddy. He wants to go so bad. Go, go, go. Go. See ya. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We kind of tangled it up a little bit, but we caught him on the drop shot. Like I said, I'll take that. I'm out here just trying to catch fish. So you can see the stuff in there works. I even have a couple other rods set up to even target trout with their stuff. But there we go. We caught a trout. Awesome. There it is. There it is. There it is. They hit it. They hit it. Okay, we got him. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right. Nice little hook up there in the top of the lip. It's a small guy, but we'll take it. All right. We got another one. Small guy, smallest one of the day, but again, nice top lip hook with that hook on that wacky rig. He's hooked really good. These are some nice hooks. There we go. Little dude, but hey, we caught a fish. The wacky rig. Thanks, buddy. Trying to see if we could pick up one more fish here before the end of the day. I'm throwing a wacky rig on that red jig head. trying to throw something completely different at him. Oh, 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 yes, and it worked. Yes, baby. All right. Oh, stay on. Oh, what do we get? We got a little baby bass. All right, we got one on the jig head right there. Perfect little hook set through the top. Nice. They weren't biting on the other things on my jig, so I decided to throw the worm on there like a wacky rig and give that a shot, and it worked perfectly right there in the top lip. Even though it's just a little dinker-dink, we got another fish. Look at how tiny that guy is. I thought he was a trout at first. Thank you, buddy. Go, be free. Well, first off, I want to say thank you to Plusinno for trusting me enough to send me one of these to test out. I've thoroughly enjoyed using it this week. For just around 20 bucks, the quality that you get for that money is great. If I were to go out and buy this stuff separately and the case and all this stuff, I'd probably spend at least 50 bucks. You get all the hooks, the weights, you got your snaps, you got everything in here that you need to get out there and start catching some bass. You know, just grab your rod and get your soft plastics and you can go out and catch some fish. So I'm very pleased with this. I've had a good time with it. I'm going to keep this and use it all the time now. It is awesome. So thank you again, guys, for checking out the video. I will put a link down below for this if you want to check it out for yourself. And thanks again for checking out the video, and I will see you guys in the next video.